little bit of bad. I'm just gonna tell you actually how it is. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Lauren and this is Max. Hi Max. Hello. Today we're going to be doing a video on what it's actually like to have a corgi. Max's 1-year birthday is this week. I've learned so much in the past year of having Max. Well, not full year because it's his birthday, but almost full year of having Max and what it's been like from the puppy stage to 1 year old. So today I'm going to dive deep into all the things, what it's really like to have a corgi. So the first thing being they require a lot of attention. Like, a lot. At first when Max was just a little puppy, like he was sleeping all the time and I was just thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. He is just like chill, doesn't really want to do anything, like this is kind of nice. But as he got older and definitely like once the 9-month mark hit, he became like really kind of needy, and especially on the days where he doesn't get as much exercise. Honestly, the 9-month mark is when he kind of started barking, being like, hello, I'm here. Before, like Max would never make a peep, so when he started barking, we were like, this is so weird. And it's not like barks like, it's literally like him just trying to get our attention. And so we try to bring him to the dog park at least every day. There's a dog park near us that we can like have him off his leash, he can run and play with other dogs. Not saying that you need to do that every day. Max, just as we got older, we learned that he like needed more and more and more of that. Look at this sweet baby angel. Oh my goodness. The cutest. Okay, moving on to the next point is the shedding. Oh my gosh, you guys, the realistic life of the shedding is unbelievable. Max never used to shed. Like literally we got him in November. I don't know if it was like his puppy fur or if it was like winter where he's like keeping all of his fur. I don't know what it is. And then come spring, he was shedding like absolute crazy. Matt and I just recently invested in, not a Dyson, but it's kind of like the off-brand version of a Dyson, but I will say the shedding was getting so overwhelming because I was feeling like my apartment constantly looked messy, which is so stressful for me. Another thing I would suggest is just like making sure you're always brushing them out. When we plan on really de-shedding him, we give him a bath, and then when he's fully dry, just comb him through. And there's a couple brushes that I got off Amazon that I absolutely love and have been really helpful just like getting all of the hair off him. So the shedding was just like, I knew it was gonna be a thing, but my god, like literally my floors, like rest in peace to my floors because they are always full of hair. But again, the Shark vacuum thing really helped. Like I would definitely invest in a vacuum cleaner if you are gonna get a corgi or a puppy or any kind of dog that sheds. Like the shedding is intense. Oh my god. And while we're speaking of the vacuum, this is free advice. My sister was signed up for like this dog class and her boyfriend wasn't able to go, so I went with her, and it was during a lecture about how to get your dog used to like loud noises and stuff like the vacuum. And so if you want to get your dog like comfortable with the sound of the vacuum or the sound of like any loud noises, what you do is like you introduce them to the vacuum before it even makes a loud noise. So like you set it on the ground and then you put like treats by the vacuum, and like they'll kind of go up and sniff it and get comfortable with the vacuum. And then once they're like comfortable with it, you can like lean it upright so they can kind of get used to that. Once they're kind of like comfortable and used to what the vacuum is, like, oh okay, this thing isn't that scary, and when I'm around it I've gotten treats, so this thing must be legit. That's when you can start turning it on and then get used to the noise, and then you kind of like push it and then they'll get comfortable with it. So that's what I learned in the class. But the shedding, back to the main point, it's so intense, so make sure you're prepared for it. In my mouth, the shedding. Oh my god. Okay, and my next point, they are loud. Like you guys, I kind of alluded to earlier in the video of like the bark, but oh my gosh, I did not realize like how loud corgis actually are. So once Max actually learned his bark, it is very loud, okay? It will be like ear chattering sometimes. So something that we have been working on with Max is when he starts barking, we'll do shh. And when he stops barking, like even if he's unintentionally stopping barking or like he doesn't associate this yet, we go, good boy, give him a treat so that he knows like shh is like a reward. It's definitely gotten better. This is like a trick that we're learning right now and we're still kind of practicing it. Yeah, corgis are loud. They're loud and they're gonna bark at kind of nonsense things, and it will take a little bit for them to learn their bark. So when I said that I didn't think Max was gonna shed, he started shedding. And then when I didn't think Max was gonna bark, he started barking. I will say too, it's important that if you do live in an apartment building, I think it's like proper etiquette to tell your neighbors that you have a dog. I think it is important to let people know because corgis are loud. They're loud. My next point is they get overweight very, very easily. I had to kind of learn this like the hard way and awkward way actually. I was at a dog park this spring. It was probably like March, so after like a pandemic winter of like sitting at home, especially being in Minnesota where it is freezing in the winter and even like in the spring, so taking Max out on long walks was a little bit harder to do given the weather. So he kind of got a little bit chunkier. And then I was at the dog park and this guy was like, whoa, that's a big chunky corgi. Like he is big. And I was thinking like, well, okay, thank you. Like I didn't really know how to handle it, but then I was like, maybe he has gotten a little bit overweight because this also was like prime training time where we were like doing a lot of treats as rewards, and again it was in the winter, so we weren't like taking him out as much like for long physical activities, so it is really easy for them to gain weight. So their longer frame kind of creates potential long-term problems like back problems and hip problems because all of that like load bearing on their tiny legs and their tiny bodies, it can get excessive over a long period of time when they're overweight, have too much weight to be carrying on those like tiny little legs. So it really is important to make sure that you're not like overfeeding your corgi, and that if they do get a little chunky, like 1 or 2 meals extra, that you do take them out a little bit more because you don't want long-term problems and you don't want to compromise their health. How are you doing, buddy? Hi. Another thing with corgis is they like to be dominant, and it's something you have to establish right away. Like I'm talking right away that you are the dominant one. There's little things you can do too to kind of like assert the dominance. One of the things that I find that I will like always stick to is like whenever you and your dog like make eye contact, never be the first one to look away. Like they are staring at the door being like, I want to go play, or like they are staring outside the crate like I want to get out. You have to like look at them and be like, if you break the eye contact first, that kind of shows them that you're lesser and like they're dominant, like they make the decisions. I don't know. It's kind of true like in person though too. Like if I'm like negotiating with somebody and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, and then I look away, it's like a sign of like, okay, I'm like kind of like giving in, right? Yeah, definitely show them who's dominant. Hello, Max. Something I love about having a corgi, honestly, is their anatomy. Like these little ears and the tiny little arms, like it absolutely kills me. And what I do like about having a corgi is the fact that I can just lift him up, like just lift him up and hold him. Okay, ow, your arm. Okay, what I also really like about having corgi is like your active life can still stay very relevant. I was always worried getting like a smaller framed dog or a medium-sized dog that like they wouldn't be able to keep up with like an active lifestyle. Like I really wanted to be able to bring our dog boating with us to go swimming and going on long walks and like going on runs. Actually, it's so funny. I'm like, I want to bring him on a run. I'm like, I don't even run. So why am I like, I want to bring my dog on a run? I don't run. But point being, like I wanted to bring him on long walks, hiking, swimming, all the things. Corgis can do that. Like corgis are so active and they can keep up with your active lifestyle. Like hiking, yes, their little legs can do it. So you could still do these active things and still have your active lifestyle, which is really nice. Hey, Max. What I like about having a corgi is, at least for Max, I'm sure some people's corgis are able to jump up and down on things, but Max is, I think, a little too scared. He can jump off of the bed and off the couch, but he doesn't know how to jump onto the bed or onto the couch, which actually makes it kind of nice. But if you like a dog that like you can kind of monitor if they can get up and down on things, corgi could be right for you. I like that we kind of have to pick him up on the bed or like put him on the couch. But oh my god, I have a story for you. So Max doesn't know how to get up on the bed, and again, he doesn't know how to get up on the couch. So one night in the middle of the night, Matt woke up and he needed to get water from the kitchen. So he like opens the bedroom door, walks up to the kitchen, and looks over. Max is literally sitting on the couch. And we're like, how did he get up on there? Because he does not know how to jump up. So we think that maybe he like looks at us and like wants us to pick him up, put him on the couch for attention. But Max was on the couch in the middle of the night. Whatever Max does at night is none of our business. So he was just chilling on the couch and we're like, how'd you get up there? Point being, if you want to be able to like manage it, they can hop on and off furniture. Okay, so those are some of my tips I have. Those are just random one-off things of what it's actually like, realistic things about having a corgi. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, suggestions, any other tips, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.